Okay. Now this whole referendum is all about a voice. Now this government is trying to push a referendum onto the people that the people didn't ask for.
That's right.
They got, they might have 30% Aboriginal saying yes. They're putting on a big facade trying to make it seem like all Aboriginal people want to say yes. If it was all of those and unicorns and fairies and the government up here was our real government and not masquerading, pretending to be working for us in our country, I'd be voting yes. I'd be voting for a treaty. The sovereign is sovereign. The Queen's gone. She left in 1973. As far as I understand, I'm sure there's a million people who are backing. They're working for a foreign entity. They're working for the United Nations. They don't care about us. They're running us into the ground. They're stealing our wealth. Their mandates, their vaccines, the crimes against humanity, taken away of everything that we've got, doing what they want. I watched a video this morning, and it was George Bush, and he said, the government is the vehicle, and we the people are the passengers, and we decide where that vehicle travels, when that vehicle stops, and which direction it takes. And that's where our country has been lost. We've lost our way. They don't teach the Constitution no more. They stopped that in 1975. Our Constitution should be taught in schools every single day of the year. It's like once a year we remember our Anzacs. We only think about them once a year. Well, I think about them every day.
Once a year.
They sacrificed us. They sacrificed their lives for us and our freedom. Black, white, the black fellas were there too. They all fought and died. And these Australian people have just been giving up all our freedoms. They're travelling down the road like a sheep. Like whatever the government says, oh yeah, let's jump on the bandwagon. I stand with Ukraine. I didn't support no war in Ukraine. That's America's government proxy war. I didn't approve, of $1 billion of Australian taxpayers' money to be shipped off overseas to the military-industrial complex to be siphoned out of our economy and kill our country. It's like a referendum. $300 million plus $100 million more or more by the two biggest corporations in the world that are running the world. That own Pfizer, Moderna, all the banks. What could you do with $400 million? They could go into all the communities at grassroots level and say, here's $1 million, and put it into a trust and actually do something. Instead, we got all the pigs at the top, all the way down. The money ain't getting down to the people. And all these politicians and so-called Aboriginal people that work up here, do you think I can get hold of them? Do you think I can give them a call and say, hey bro, we've got a problem here, something's going on, what can we do about it? Or send them an email and expect a reply. And the same thing's going to go on with this voice. They're going to select, not elect, they'll select 26 people, whatever they want, to, so-called give us a voice. But we already have a voice. If I want to speak, I'll speak. My voice is my voice and my voice only. Nobody has authority to speak for me. And it's the same way on all Australians. We all have our own voice, and we need to speak up. And we need to tell this mob up here that we've had enough. We've had enough of the corruption. We've had enough of you working for a foreign entity. You're not working for the Australian people no more, and you haven't for a very long time. Sick of all the this two-party preferred system, it's just corrupt. It's just a joke. It's just a facade. It make you think that we live in a democracy. There's no such thing as democracy here. Hey, I didn't prepare a speech. I thought I was going to get up and say something because my voice is my voice. And I'm going to get up and I'm going to speak it. Because we're at a stage where if we don't start doing something, we're going down the road and we're running out of turns. And if we run out of turns, they're pushing us right into this Agenda 2030, United Nations. There's no denying it. Everything adds up. They can call us all the names under the sun. They can call us conspiracy theorists and crackpots and tinfoil hats and true Australian patriots know what's going on. All the people, Australians around the world here, or in Australia, they're all over the Constitution. They know all about it. We've got enough evidence to prove that they're nothing but corrupt and nothing but a foreign enemy. Well, I've had enough. I'm standing up for me kids. I don't want to see them enslaved into a corrupt system, that's just going to take away their freedom. I live a free life. I live in the bush. I've never taken any notice of this mob until 2019. And they drained our rivers dry, and they killed our fish, and they let the cotton corporations steal the water from our rivers and let them do whatever they want. So that was I've been on a journey myself just to find out what's going on with our country. So since then, that led me to the United Nations. Then I found out that, these referendums are so important that they didn't bother to have a referendum to join us into the United Nations of the Australian people. They didn't think it was necessary. They just thought they'd sign us into it and, we'll all be happy. And, Gough Whitlam thought he'd just turn it into a corporation and, we'll just go down the path of, paying taxes to a corporation and, we'll just deceive them, sleight of hand. And that's what's going on. Old Anthony Albanese. I will not trust a politician with anything, unless they've earned their wealth. And it goes for anybody. I'll never ever trust a politician or a health bureaucrat or a so-called expert or a science study. They're brainwashing the masses. Look at climate change. There's no climate change back where I live. I'm only 2 hours away. We've got hills. I live in a big range, and it's all hillside. And there's been no burning of the forest, to worry about fire. We haven't had no bushfires. We haven't had climate change. Our weather's been beautiful. It's been fine. We've brainwashed the masses. The TV, the media, they're all part and parcel of it. Had enough. Had enough of the corruption. Had enough of the one-sided view. All these people, all the lies. That's it. Lie after lie after lie. I didn't take no vaccine. I was ostracised, victimised, told I couldn't go here, told I had to wear a mask. Same as me bro over here. And I'm feeling fit and healthy. And I've got no regrets from not taking it. And, I didn't prepare a speech, so I'm just going by, free thought here. But I've had enough. I feel like packing my bags and going overseas somewhere, finding a deserted island somewhere and getting away from society because it's evil. It's nothing but evil. Look at the hate and the racism that's been going on over this referendum. It's absolutely disgusting. And all the words, they're stealing our culture. They're pushing our culture onto society. And the people are starting to rebel against it. A true original person wants you to embrace culture and doesn't want to push it onto you. And it's not the way to take it and to every single little, media press conference and all this sort of stuff. You got some white fella doing acknowledgement to country and all this sort of stuff. You know, to me, it's just disgraceful. They're stealing our culture. They're making people angry towards us. You know, all we want is for everybody to be happy and live on our sovereign land together. It's shared land. You know, and a true original person will not say this is my land. They will say it's our land. You know, like I watched a great thing the other day, you know, and this lady spoke so well. And she said, I'm not going to go over there to my neighbour and say, this is my country, you get off, you know, because it is shared land. There's no going back from where we are now. We've got to move forward. You know, we can't say, oh, right, it's our land. Or you white fellas, you know, see you later. You know, there's none of that. We're all here, we're working together. We're all Aussies in spirit. Even though I was born in England. I was conceived here, and I was born in England. My father is full English and a 10-pound pub. He came here in 1961 with £6 in his pocket. My mother is the only Aboriginal elder in our community. I live in a small town of about 300 people. She didn't know about the voice. She asked me the other day, tell me what it's about. I said, well, the government wants to put us in this constitution, blah, 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 blah. And my mother does not trust politicians one bit. She's smart. Hey, you know, and I've followed in their footsteps. And over the last 4 years, they've done nothing but prove to me they cannot be trusted one bit. And I will never ever trust them until they've earned my trust. And I'm going to push forward with my life, no matter what their little referendum decides may be. Hey, and I'm going to be free. I live free. I'm going to stay free. I don't care. I've no bit of paper. I've no constitution. You know, usurp constitution, I should say. It says, right, I'm going to live a free life. And I'm going to be me. I'm going to protect my family and country. So I'm so proud of all who's come today, even though we haven't got a big massive crowd like a big Yes campaign with hundreds of millions of dollars, and we haven't got live entertainment going on to brainwash the masses, you know. You know, oh, there you go. So yeah, so I just wanted to get up and speak my voice, because my voice is my voice. And nobody can speak for me. To think that you can speak for somebody else is just ignorance and arrogance. The arrogance and the ignorance of these people that think that they can get up there, you know, with 97% of the population voting for 3%. Now, how is that fair? We are the ones that are supposedly getting put into something. Well, it should only be up to us 3% if we decided first. And that's how it hasn't been done properly. They haven't consulted all tribes, nations, clans. You know, I've seen interviews in these remote communities. They haven't even heard about it. Nobody's been out there to consult them. So, you know, they talk about this all in a statement of the heart. Well, I've seen, you know, like the elders saying, you know, it's trouble, that one. But if they had it, they'd burn it. And there's no way that everybody, no tribe can speak for another tribe or clan, right? Nobody has the authority. And it's the way it should be here. You know, nobody should be speaking for me, not just sitting there with Jeff Price, you know, not Warren Mundine, not Linda Burney, you know, not Thomas Mayo, you know, none of these people. They're all rich, they're all sitting at the trough, looking after themselves. They don't care about grassroots people, everyday people. They're not there. What have they done? You know? When are we going to get down to grassroots level? When are we just going to go straight there and do something? $400 million. All these clowns are just wasted. They could have went to you know, even basics, you know, warm blankets in winter, clothing, shelter, a community hub, it can all be put into a trust and have the elders decide what happens and somebody to oversee that. But no, we've got a corrupt system that just isn't getting anywhere by blowing billions and billions of dollars of taxpayers' money. So it's about time that we've started getting down to reality that there needs to be someone that is going to take control of what's going on, because we're just heading down the road to nowhere. And if we get follow the road of the government, they're just going to absolutely take over this country, our land, our resources. They're going to mine our country to the ground. They're going to dig big holes. They're going to take all the resources out of the ground. They're dictating to us what to do. You can't have gas, you can't have wood, you can't do this, you can't do that. They're taxing us to death. How many illegal taxes are we going to pay? Keep paying hundreds and hundreds of taxes. Now they're talking about a death tax. Well, you're taxing us to death already. Like, what about my inheritance? We talk about inheritance and inheritance tax and all this shit. Yeah, it's communism. They're unreal. My mother's spent her whole life paying off our land that we own. Now what happens when that comes to me? Have I got to pay a tax? Even though I'm Part 3? Am I going to be taxed to death for the rest of my life? Yeah, that's what I got. Hey, it should be my God-given right when my family passes our assets onto me without being taxed on it. How's that fair? She's been paying taxes, land rates, water rates, you name it. Even if the water ain't going past, still paying water rates, paying land rates on apparently what's supposed to be ours anyway. It's everybody's land. It's not the government's land. Where do they get the authority from? Not the Queen, not the King. All these politicians haven't sworn the correct oath of office. It wasn't a correct oath to the King. My English side, I hate England. I hate the monarchy. They're nothing. Hey, nothing to me. They don't mean nothing. And I've stuck to the Aboriginal side of my life, and I like to be free. And that's the way I want to stay. Just like honey from the bee. They have no authority. They work for you and me. And that's all I've got to say. And I'm proud of all of you for coming. And we've got to stand up and take our country back. And not let all our Anzacs that died for our freedom be in vain. And we've got to push hard, and we've got to start fighting, because we're in a silent war at the moment. They've started a silent war with us. Silent war with silent weapons. Have a look at it. Check it out. So thank you very much for coming. I've came today, and I've spoke my voice, and I'll speak my voice whenever I feel like it, and whenever I feel need. And that is it. And no one else will speak for me. Thank you.
Thank you.